says, what potential does a project like this have?
I think the more that Colombians, especially those living in the city, and metropolitan Colombians, know about what actually happened during their civil war, how it was experienced by the victims of the conflicts, the better it will be for the post-war in Colombia. I think it's very important that Colombians be sensitized to the suffering of their fellow citizens and actually think of them as fellow citizens. I think for too long there's been a kind of deep psychological and I think maybe emotional separation between Colombians, particularly those in the city and those in the countryside. Although I know that it's not exclusively that way. The war by and large in the last number of years has been largely out there in the countryside. And I think you can see the way the cities are in Colombia. They are the refuges from the war. The poor live in slums around the city. There's very little connection with the middle class or upper middle class. The people that are wealthy have secured themselves against danger with secure apartment buildings, armored cars, bodyguards. They take their vacations in other countries or in Cartagena. It's a country, Colombia is a country that has a lot of work to do to come together as a single nation again. I think it's very important that the kind of psychological blocks that people feel and express, that you still hear expressed in the kind of political polarization in the country, that these blocks be reduced as much as possible so that people accept one another. And the stories of the victims, if they're told well and they can reach other people and sensitize them to the fact that everyone across this country and every spectrum of society has suffered.